close, but as you can probably tell, the mouths of these Cowboy fans could not be more wide open. It is a frenzied AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Today, boy, what a matchup. Two NFL franchises with so much history, so much tradition, getting set to do battle here. As it'll be the Las Vegas Raiders taking on the Dallas Cowboys. On the visitors' sideline, their head coach. These guys sitting at 3-2 at this point of the season. On the other side, the head coach of the home team. His guys ready to feed off the energy in this building as they try to win one in front of the home crowd. Vegas offense ready for their next possession. 3-2, their record through the first 5 games of the year as they got the victory last week. It's still early, just October, but what have you seen from these guys so far?
Well, what I've seen is a team that's still figuring out all their pieces because they've got some new faces from a year ago, add in some new draft picks. Sometimes it takes a month or so before you really start to gel as a team and for those players to figure out their roles. But right now, I see them starting to elevate.
They'll run for the first time with Ashton Jeanty. And he'll take this up to about the 7- or 8-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
And that run, that changes the whole mentality about the drive right there. They were starting on their own 2-yard line. They just wanted enough space to punt the football successfully. Now they're talking about putting together a drive.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
A gain of only a yard.
Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
He finds his man, complete. That's Rowe. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give him a short yardage situation here for 2nd down. A run straight ahead with Jeanty. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down. They'll look to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
It's a gain of
2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
For a Las Vegas 1st down. A gain of 16 yards.
On the give, Jeanty. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Looking to throw. Short throw caught by Bowers. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
On 1st down, it's Jeanty. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up. Once again, it's Jeanty.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
On now is the field goal team here as the Raiders will try for 3. And this one is right down the... Now the Vegas offense heading back out there. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had a field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that'll make it second down.
To number 2, Ashton Genty. It's a gain of 7. Brings up second and
back to
3
throw here
at the 39-yard line.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
It's 3rd down.
He'll drop to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. So here are the Raiders now to take over. They were winners a week ago over the Bears, and they lead things here as well as they start this drive with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That's to the left side where he's got Bowers. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50.
It's a gain of 20. And the Raider 1st down.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. Micah Parsons showing off that elite athleticism as he gets the sack. Back to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Bowers. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 36. 23 yards to pick up there. Still in search of their 1st touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
1st down, Raiders.
A run out of the gun with Genty. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the 1st half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 21.
Vegas, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Up the middle, it's Genty. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21. Here now, 2nd and 4.
2nd and 4.
They'll look to throw here. Now he'll tuck this and run. And the Raiders are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
Las Vegas, 1st down. 1st and goal, Raiders.
They'll set up a throw. Well, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. So this whole game gets flipped on its ear right there. The interception, return for a touchdown. This crowd was on him pretty good after he threw the pick 6 a moment ago, and I don't think they're going to be any kinder here as we move forward. We'll see what he can do. 1st and 10. Their drive will begin with a run by Genty. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line.
It's 2nd and 8.
He'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. They're going to look to throw. And it is caught. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. He finds his man, complete. That's Rowe.
Complete to number 85. A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
From the 31, here's 2nd down at a yard. Back to throw again. He'll get this out to Genty. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line.
It's a gain of
2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Over the middle, hooks up with the tight end Bowers. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Raider football here, but they're on the short side of the scoreboard right now as we begin the 4th. Genty. Oh, he's going absolutely nowhere as he is hit behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
7-yard line.
They'll drop to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Bowers. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Brock Bowers. His 4th touchdown on the year. And now here come the Raiders. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. They'll start on the ground with Genty. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Good push from the offensive line, and they've done well so far to build this lead. Now, they've got to get things to the finish line. And that's a solid pickup there to begin the drive.
Now a 2nd and 6. They'll go again with Genty. Takes this one across the 35 to the 36. A gain of about 4.
And this is the worry because sometimes you can get a little too predictable in spots like this. You know you're going to run the ball, but they know you're going to run the ball as well. And now you look up and you're staring at an important 3rd down.
They'll try to run for it with Genty. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. It was 3rd and short, and they go flying past the marker for a gain of nearly 30 yards.
But they didn't accomplish their goal. They didn't get a stop there, gave up another 1st down. They have all 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively you got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you at what point you think now's the go time?
I think now's the go time. I don't think you sit back and wait because they can take a lot of time off the clock between plays and run 3 to 4 and really put you in a stressful spot.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Short throw caught by Bowers. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Now a handoff to Genty. And they're knocking on the door now. There's a good run there. Going to take this to about the 10-yard line. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this 4th quarter. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is...
And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Raiders are able to build on to their fourth quarter lead.
And that right there is the definition of a statement drive. You're in the fourth quarter, trying to get to the finish line, and here they were able to hold the ball for a...
Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. And still a little bit of time left, but the defense can't stop the clock, so 3 kneel downs should be enough to finish this one off. Game in hand, the offense takes the knee.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And they did in this one. So this one a victory for the Las Vegas Raiders. And it took a big fourth quarter to do it, but they were able to get the job done, and that's the bottom line.
No doubt about it. And let's face it, they had to be more than nervous in the fourth quarter, but a lot of that was their own doing. I think you observed during the game, their energy level just didn't seem to be there. But in the fourth quarter, somehow they dug deep and found that extra bit, right, that reserve tank. They hauled it out. Offense scored some points.